Today we have with us Mr. Ban Ki-moon, the Secretary General of the United Nations. Thank you very much. Secretary General, this is your third visit to Pakistan, and you also participated in the Independence Day ceremony of Pakistan. So what do you see the future of Pakistan?
Pakistan is one of the important member states of the United Nations, the largest troop contributing countries. I know that Pakistan has many challenges, domestic and regional, but this time I wanted to discuss with the Pakistani leaders, including Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif, new Prime Minister, in broader perspectives, not only regional and domestic challenges, but how Pakistan can contribute and work together with the United Nations in addressing global challenges. I appreciate Pakistan's government's cooperative relationship in the region, and I urge the Pakistani leadership to have closer cooperations with Pakistan and also improve our relationship with India. I am encouraged by what Prime Minister said, the new beginning between India and Pakistan. And United Nations is willing to support and facilitate all such processes. It's important that Pakistan's relationship with Pakistan and India is a key to regional peace and security.
Secretary General, Pakistan is the biggest contributor to the UN peacekeeping troops. What is your observation about the role of Pakistan Army in the UN peacekeeping operations?
I have met many Pakistani peacekeepers. Whenever I traveled around the world, they all welcomed me and I all encouraged them. They are disciplined, well-equipped, well-trained, and committed for peace and security. And we really appreciate the Pakistani governments and young women and men who committed themselves for world peace and security. At the same time, I'm very much sorry to have seen many Pakistani soldiers who have ultimately given their lives for the mission of peace. 136 people since 1960, when Pakistan deployed the first peacekeepers far away Congo.
And Secretary General, you just mentioned India-Pakistan relations. What role UN can play to diffuse the tension between India and Pakistan?
It has been my consistent position and encouraging both government leaders to resolve all these disputes, whatever it may be, to resolve through dialogue in a peaceful and harmonious way. Pakistan and India, two are very important countries in this region, and their peace and harmonious development is the key. I sincerely hope that Prime Minister Sharif and Prime Minister Manmohan Singh will sit down together and discuss all this for a future-oriented manner. In that regard, I welcome what Prime Minister Sharif called for, a new beginning between the two countries.
Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif also mentioned about the UN resolutions on Kashmir. So why United Nations is not putting pressure on those countries who are not ready to implement the UN resolutions on Kashmir? Because UN resolution on Kashmir can also play a very important role for resolving the dispute.
This is a very sensitive issue and long-standing issue of dispute between the two countries. As you may know, this United Nations military group in India and Pakistan called the UNMOGIP, it has a mandate of monitoring the situation along the line of control. It does not have a political facilitation mandate. That is why United Nations really hopes and wishes that the two countries would really engage in dialogue. I am encouraged by the recent movement between the two countries to engage in dialogue in this matter. And I encouraged Prime Minister and Advisor on Foreign and Security Issues, Mr. Aziz, to broaden the confidence building measures. For example, better communications between the two parties. And I understand that there is a bus service initiative between the India-administered and Pakistan-administered Kashmiri district, and also crossing point along the line of control of people and the trade. These are small, but it can be broadened as a confidence building measure.
Secretary General, what do you see the prospect of a meeting between Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif and Manmohan Singh next month in New York? Are you hopeful?
I'm hopeful. And
do you see any breakthrough?
I hope this is a good opportunity for both leaders. In any way, they will be coming to the United Nations when and if they can sit down together. Then they will be able to discuss all the pending issues.
As the Secretary General of the United Nations, you have always condemned the drone attacks in Pakistan. So if you are condemning the drone attacks, why the United States is not willing to stop the drone attacks?
This, what you call a drone, what we call it unmanned aerial vehicle, UAV. These armed unmanned aerial vehicles, the operation of these UAVs should be strictly controlled and guided within the framework of international law, including international humanitarian law. And when these UAVs are operated, it should make it clear that the operators should make it clear that these are not targeting the civilian populations. I'm very sorry that many casualties have happened. They lost a lot of lives. This is regrettable, and that's why I have been condemning this, the attacks against the civilian population. I sincerely hope that this will be used strictly within the framework, in accordance with international law and humanitarian laws.
Secretary General, we appreciate your concerns, but I would like to ask you another question. It is about a perception, not only inside Pakistan, but also outside Pakistan. Some people, they write and they say that unfortunately, United Nations have become a tool in the hands of some powerful rich nations to suppress the poor and weak countries. So would you like to dispel the impression? What would you say?
Since the founding of United Nations during last almost 7 decades, United Nations has been operating to help those people, particularly with the vulnerable group of people and poor and the marginalized group of people, women and girls, and people with disabilities, indigenous group of people. This has been the basic positions of the United Nations. There are so many complex issues, regional and conflict issues, And sometimes the member states bring their own domestic agenda with the national interest. All these national interests should be discussed within the United Nations together with the member states for a better and common purpose and interest of the international community. That may make the United Nations process a little bit delayed and time-consuming, but I believe that United Nations has been really addressing to meet the expectations of the international community. For example, we provide 90 million people food and basic necessities every year, and we vaccinate 60% of world children to protect them from preventable diseases. And we accommodate and support 36 million refugees around the world. I know that the Pakistan government is also accommodating 2 million or over 2 million refugees. Pakistan is the largest refugee accommodating country. I really appreciate for that generosity. United Nations, together with the member states, try to mobilize all our capacity to help those people. Then who else can do it as United Nations is doing?
Secretary General, some people are also raising a very important question that there was a military coup in Egypt recently. You expressed some concerns over the military coup, but you never came out openly against the military coup, and today the Egyptian army killed many people in Cairo. They are killing innocent people every day, but you have not come out openly against these the brutal killings in Egypt.
In the past few weeks, I have been engaging with Egyptian interim government leadership, including President down to Foreign Minister, and I have spoken to military leader El-Sisi. I have urged them to resolve all these grievances and whatever problems that there may be, to resolve in an amicable and harmonious and peaceful manner. It's not time for retribution, but for reconciliation and inclusive dialogue. Today, I was shocked and appalled to learn what had happened in Egypt. I strongly condemn all this, what had happened. United Nations is gathering exact information what had happened, but at least scores of people, or minimum hundreds of people, have been killed, according to reports. I will continue to urge them to resolve all these issues in a peaceful manner through dialogue, reflecting the wills and the voices and concerns of the people, whoever they may be, regardless of which political orientation or whatever group of people they may be. Human lives are precious.
You are involved in conflict resolution in different parts of the world. So what do you see the future of a recent dialogue between the Israelis and the Palestinians?
I'm going to visit the region. I'm going to have meetings with the leadership of Jordan and Israel and Palestine. I'm leaving tonight, and I'll be meeting all those leaders to support and complement the currently going this Middle East peace process. The United Nations and myself as Secretary General, and as also one of the Middle East Quartet principals, I'm very much committed to see this Middle East process, peace process, success. That's what I'm going to discuss with Prime Minister Netanyahu and President Abbas. It is important that the parties should not make anything which may be seen as a hurdle and, you know, so try to facilitate this dialogue. That is what I'm going to urge them, and I'm going to do it.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ban Ki-moon.
Thank you. Shukriya.
Thank you.
Shukriya.
Shukriya. Shukriya.